Hello. Today I have another piece of useless information about myself. So if you want to hear it, stay. If not, there's plenty of other cool stuff on YouTube. I don't like watching TV series. So yeah, what does that? What kind of value does this information give to you? I explain, or let's say I go back to Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, one of the most important, famous uh, German poets, writers, etc. And he was also a prolific letter writer. And there's this one quote. He started a letter to a friend by saying, "Today I am writing you a long letter because I don't have the time for a short one." And that's basically it. I can leave you with that sentence, and I explain. The idea is that if you don't take the time or the effort, if you're too lazy or too busy, whatever, to put a lot of thought into what you're doing, you are more likely to do, it rather big. Let's say if you're you just keep on writing forever to convey what you want to say, or you put the thought in and you really think about what you write and how to write it in the most precise way. Get shorter. The extreme would be then poetry, of course. A poem, you take all that and you put it into 6 lines that tell the whole story. And the same thing, I think, goes, let's say, for films versus a TV series. Obviously there are other differences, like side stories. The idea is that I think I like watching films. I love a good film. I love the idea that you have a whole story with what happens before, maybe what happens after, with all the things that surround it that are necessary to make sense, and they're put into some 90 minutes or maybe 2 hours. I know there are filmmakers that are a little bit more generous with the editing and they end up with 3, but I think that's really borderline. Yes, you don't actually have the time to develop it slowly and come after 2 or 3 episodes finally to the point of where you should start. And maybe there's some beauty in that as well, but think about it. There are also films like the good old spaghetti westerns where you actually have a 1 minute, it feels longer, just pan around the landscape, or have the famous opening scenes of Once Upon a Time in the West, and it seems like it takes forever for anything to happen, but that's fooling you. There's a lot of story already happening. The character development, even without a single word spoken. And I think a good director with a good editor should be able to put this all into a compact format, rather than meandering around and I don't know. For me, it's missing the point. Don't get me wrong. If you love binging on Netflix, that's your thing. I'm not judging you by that. I probably, that did sound a little bit judgmental, but it's really not meant to be. It's just not for me. I think I spend my time creating things, or I spend my time experience things. I don't think that consuming is really is an experience. Again, that's lifestyle choices. There are some people, might define themselves as I shop, therefore I am, but that's not me, and I don't think this would be a typical trait for creative people. I think we like to that, not that. So again, I think it is very important, and also in the design process we find that when it comes to these mundane issues like charging, you are while you deliver that, you're actually doing something much bigger, and the more you think, the better you package it. I know we Germans are generally known for overthinking, and while others pragmatically dive into something and come up with solutions, or at least 3 half-baked solutions within a day, and when you refine it after another day, then you actually have something substantial. While the Germans are, the problem, how do we actually how do we formulate the problem in the most precise way that enables us to then come to a solution? I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. You think properly, you actually don't rush that first steps, but then when to cut off and do the thing. And that's, maybe that's not just useless information about myself. It hopefully helps you a little bit of organizing your thought process as a creative madman, like we all are, madman, madwoman. So hope that kind of did actually in the end give you a little bit of a value, and if you like it, hit, don't know, somewhere there must be the button. Stay with me, and let's continue the journey, shall we?